Ever feel like there's got to be more to your walk with Jesus? You know, like more than just knowing the facts about him.
Mhm.
Like there's this potential for a much deeper connection.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Like something's there, but it could be so much stronger.
Right.
That's exactly what we're going to dive into today.
Okay, cool.
What does it really mean to have like a heart on fire for Christ?
Right, let's do it.
We're going to be using the first part of this series called Heart on Fire for Christ, Loving Jesus Deeply.
Sounds pretty intense.
And we'll be looking at what having a passionate love for Jesus actually looks like, why it's so important, and how we can grow that within ourselves.
That's a great goal.
And you know that verse in Matthew 22:37.
Yeah,
Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind.
such a powerful verse.
I mean, that just sums it all up, right? That's what it means to have a deep and all-encompassing love.
And I think what's really interesting here is that there's a difference between knowing about Jesus, like, the stories, the teachings,
Right.
and actually having that deep love that the scripture's talking about.
It's like head knowledge versus heart knowledge.
Yeah, totally. And, you might know all about your faith, but
Yeah.
does that knowledge actually make you feel passionate?
Mm-hmm.
So it's something we each really have to think about.
It makes you wonder, right? Like, I can tell you all about Jesus, but do I actually feel it deep down?
It's a good question.
And this source brings up something else that I think a lot of people struggle with.
What's that?
Having a lukewarm faith.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Revelation 3.16 actually talks about this. And, I'm not trying to point fingers here, but I think we've all had times when our faith hasn't exactly been on fire.
Definitely.
So what does that actually look like? Like when your faith is lukewarm,
I think it's like going through the motions.
right? Just kind of doing the things you're supposed to do.
You're doing all the things you're supposed to do, but you're not really feeling that deep connection.
Yeah, and you're not really growing closer to Jesus because of it.
Exactly.
So we know that just knowing stuff about Jesus isn't enough, and we don't want to be lukewarm.
Yeah, so then what?
How do we get that heart on fire?
Right, like how do we actually make that happen?
Well, the source has this idea that you can cultivate love for Jesus by drawing near to him.
Drawing near to him.
Like, it doesn't just happen overnight.
It's a process.
Yeah, it takes time and effort,
So like what does drawing near even look like?
especially with, how busy everyone is these days.
I mean, we're all so busy, so how do you actually do that?
Well, I think it comes down to making a choice.
Okay, so it's like an active thing,
Yeah, you have to actually pursue that connection with Jesus.
not just wait for it to happen.
And the way you do that might be different for everyone.
Right.
But it's about being intentional about making space and time for that connection.
I like that intentional.
So think about it. What are you doing every day to get closer to Jesus?
What are those habits that are helping you draw near?
So we're seeing that it's not about some huge overnight change.
Yeah, it's more about those small steps.
It's the consistency that matters.
And I think the big takeaway here is that love for Jesus isn't something that's just given to you.
Yeah, you have to work for it.
It's something that grows as you get closer to him.
You put in the effort and you get closer to him, and that love just gets stronger and deeper.
It's like anything else you want to get good at.
Exactly.
You have to practice.
And you have to keep at it.
And that actually brings us to the next thing this source talks about.
Oh, what's that?
What it really means to follow Jesus in a world that's constantly trying to pull you away.
It's like you work so hard to build that fire, and then the world just throws water all over it.
Yeah, you're constantly being bombarded with distractions and temptations.
It can be tough to stay focused.
It is, but it's so important.
So as you're going about your day-to-day, I want you to think about this.
Okay.
How can you intentionally draw closer to Jesus?
How can you make time for him, even with everything else going on?
How can you nurture and deepen that love for him?
That's what I want you to think about.
That's what we'll be talking about next time.
Looking forward to it.
Me too.